Sound familiar? The overthinking trap. Imagine this. Your partner hasn't texted back for a few hours. Your mind starts racing. Are they ignoring me? Are they upset with me? Did I say something wrong? Sound familiar? This, my friends, is the overthinking trap. We've all been there, caught in a spiral of what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. It's that nagging voice in our heads, second-guessing every interaction, every word, every text message. Overthinking is a common human experience, especially in relationships. We care deeply about our partners, and that care can sometimes manifest as anxiety and doubt. We crave security and connection, and when those feelings are threatened, even subtly, our minds go into overdrive trying to regain control. But here's the thing about overthinking. It rarely leads to clarity or resolution. Instead, it fuels insecurity, breeds resentment, and creates distance between us and the people we love. It's like a rocking chair, keeping you in motion but getting you nowhere. Why do we overthink, especially when it comes to love? Our brains are hardwired to seek patterns and explanations. This served us well in our evolutionary past, helping us avoid danger and survive. But in the modern world, this survival mechanism can go into overdrive, causing us to perceive threats where none exist. Past experiences, particularly those involving heartbreak or betrayal, can also contribute to overthinking. These experiences can leave deep emotional wounds, making us wary of future hurt. We may start to anticipate rejection or abandonment, projecting our past pain onto our present relationships. The consequences of overthinking in relationships can be profound. It can lead to communication breakdowns, as we become afraid to express our needs and feelings openly. It can erode trust, as we constantly question our partner's motives and actions. And it can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, where our anxieties and insecurities actually push our partners away. Breaking free from the overthinking cycle requires a conscious effort to reframe our thoughts. This means challenging the negative thought patterns that fuel our anxiety and replacing them with more balanced and realistic perspectives. One helpful technique is to practice cognitive reframing. This involves identifying the negative thoughts that pop into your head and actively challenging their validity. Ask yourself, what's the evidence for this thought? Is there another way to interpret the situation? What would I tell a friend who was having this thought? Another powerful tool is the practice of self-compassion. When we're caught in a spiral of negative thoughts, it's easy to be self-critical and judgmental. Instead, try to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a dear friend. Acknowledge your feelings, but don't let them define you. Remember that you're doing the best you can with the tools you have. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about cultivating awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting swept away by them. In the context of relationships, mindfulness can be a game changer. When we're mindful, we're better able to observe our thoughts and feelings without letting them dictate our reactions. We become less reactive to our partner's words and actions, creating space for empathy and understanding. Mindfulness also helps us appreciate the beauty and joy in the present moment, fostering deeper connection and intimacy with our partners. There are many ways to cultivate mindfulness in your relationship. Try practicing gratitude by reflecting on the things you appreciate about your partner and your relationship. Engage in mindful activities together, such as taking walks in nature, listening to music, or simply enjoying a meal together without distractions. Building trust, a foundation of vulnerability. Trust is the bedrock of any healthy relationship. It's the feeling of safety and security that allows us to be our authentic selves with another person. Building trust requires vulnerability, which means allowing ourselves to be seen and known, imperfections and all. Sharing our thoughts, feelings, and fears with our partners, even when it's scary, strengthens the bond between us. It shows that we trust them with our hearts, and that we believe they will handle them with care. When we're vulnerable, we invite our partners to do the same, creating a space for deeper intimacy and connection. Building trust also requires consistency and reliability. It's about showing up for our partners both physically and emotionally, through thick and thin. It's about keeping our promises big and small and demonstrating that we can be relied upon. Communication, the bridge to understanding. Open and honest communication is essential for building and maintaining trust in any relationship. It's about creating a safe space for both partners to express their thoughts, feelings, and needs without fear of judgment or rejection. Effective communication involves both speaking and listening. When we speak, we should strive to be clear, direct, and respectful of our partner's feelings. We should avoid blaming, shaming, or criticizing, as these behaviors only serve to create defensiveness and shut down communication. Equally important is active listening. This means paying attention to what our partner is saying, both verbally and non-verbally, and making an effort to understand their perspective. It means asking clarifying questions, reflecting back what we've heard, and validating their feelings. Boundaries. Protecting your emotional space. Boundaries are essential for healthy relationships. They are the limits we set to protect our emotional well-being and prevent resentment from building up. Boundaries are not about controlling our partners, they're about taking care of ourselves. Setting boundaries involves communicating our needs and limits clearly and respectfully. It's about saying no when we need to, without feeling guilty or obligated to explain ourselves. It's about protecting our time, energy, and emotional space so that we can show up as our best selves in our relationships. It's important to remember that boundaries are not a one-time conversation. They require ongoing communication and negotiation. As our needs and priorities change, so too might our boundaries. The key is to approach these conversations with openness, honesty, and a willingness to compromise. Embracing trust, a journey worth taking. Learning to trust our partners is a journey, not a destination. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to be uncomfortable at times. But the rewards are immeasurable. When we trust our partners, we create a space for deeper intimacy, connection, and love. So take a deep breath, silence those overthinking thoughts, and choose to trust. Trust yourself, trust your partner, and trust in the strength and resilience of your relationship. It's a journey worth taking, one step at a time. The path to trust is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Remember, you are not alone on this journey.